Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at a couple of the high flyers. These are stocks that we are short or we're looking to short, and we're going to start with Align Technology. Here at StockBookie, we look at the daily, weekly, monthly charts, and we use technical analysis, and that's it. So looking at the monthly chart, extended. These stocks cannot stay away from the 20 MA for that long. It is a monthly chart, so it will take a little bit longer to play out. But this is one you can short. We are short in this one up in here around 93 bucks. And we're looking for maybe 5, 6, 7 bucks out of this thing, maybe 6 or 7%, and we get out. We are swing traders. We take the money and run. But Align, that's a great setup for a short. Let's go to NVIDIA. If you're not short this one, you have to do it up here. Look at that extension. Our last line of defense was 62.37. And you know, when it plugged over 55.73, that was a great area too. And then 50 bucks, this thing's just running out of control. And then the funny part about this one is you started getting people, well, we're going to take Netflix out of the thing and replace it with NVIDIA. You know, people don't even know what to do. This is a perfect run up, and right now the big money's selling in everyone's face. They're going to distribute, and then when there's no buyers at all in this thing and you get some selling, lights out. Extension from the 20 MA. 20 MA is at 31.42. This one's coming at least back down to 50 bucks and then possibly lower. I'm going to say 49.30, and then, you know, we'll have to take it step by step. On the daily chart, we got to see the setup, but I love this nice little pop on volume, and then boom, we're reversing and engulfing this pop-up. That is a bearish signal. On NVIDIA, Charter, let's look at Charter, another high flyer. Can't be away from the 20 MA. I'm thinking 234, then ultimately this thing's getting back to 200 bucks. Period. You get extensions like this, you have to short these things. LMT, everyone's bashing me today. Oh, the LMT, it's bullish. If we go into war, this thing's going up. Nah, you know what? When it gets extended from the 20 MA, these are monthly charts, so they take a little longer to play out. This one's going back to 227. And then it's coming right back here to 212, and I wouldn't doubt if it comes back to 200. I'm looking at the daily chart. It's trying to hold on to the 382 at 254.66. Let's see what the market brings. It's still options X, the real shark week, so anything's possible. It looks like the SPY just got the gap window on an intraday basis right around the 217.07 area. Let's see if we can fill the gap on the SPY at 216. I think around 43, 44, right in that area. But man, these stocks are looking weak. We did get, I mean, check this out. So it is around lunchtime. Lockheed got a nice little bounce here. I don't even know what, did it find a little pivot or something down in this area? Oh yeah, right there. There you go. That's why it's bouncing. See, there's always reasons, people, and it's all in the charts. Look at that. So you got this low pivot here at 251.68. Look at that. The low's 251.55, and we're bouncing. So now we're going to go into the lunchtime hour, bounces up, 20 MA's holding it. But again, let's go to the monthly. Got a little topping tail here. Gosh, if we close down here at the end of the month, great topping tail. If you get a retrace back into this area, you got to short it. Just use the all-time high as a stop out. Let's look at, there's a couple other ones. I think Simon Property Group was one. It wasn't that far extended, but again, this one doesn't get too far extended until it comes back in. Again, going up, boom, nice reversal. Look at the daily on Simon, collapsing. Weekly, nice follow through, but we are coming into a little bit of support down in here. We'll see how it reacts on a weekly basis. If it sets up sideways, I think this one has a little more downside coming to it as well. Oh man, there was a couple other ones. KSU, was that one? No. No, that one's not setting up. Oh, Intuitive Surgical. That's another one. Monthly chart extension. We are shorting this. We covered half the... Oh, gosh. I don't even know. A lot of my trades are on Twitter. If you want to follow us on there, at StockBookie on Twitter. We're short this one. You know what? I mean, it is down 648. I'd love to cover this, but I'm trying to be really patient with this one. Love this inside bar. Bearish pattern. We're breaking below the 20 MA. I think we're going to fill this gap right here, and I think that's where I'll possibly cover half of the half. And then I think if the markets start to dump, we're going to fill this gap and possibly go right in this area. And then ultimately, 594, 600. And if that doesn't hold, you know, it's going to get interesting, let me tell you. But there's a couple other ones, and I'm sorry to babble here. Adobe, we're short. That's another one that, you know, we're playing on the monthly, still extended. I mean, this one's just been floating. I don't know why. We get above the 100. Oh, no, we are down. Wow, look at that, 99.58. We were shorting at the 100 even number and a little bit above. Wow, okay, this one's coming in too. And I want to say the Google we're short. Same thing, monthly chart. We get to the top, doesn't close above here. Come on. I mean, everyone's getting into these because it's Google. So it goes up, goes up. We're shorting at the double top here. You have to. Got to short up there on these stocks. It's that simple, people. Anything else? Charter we covered. There's a bunch of them. You just have to look. But, you know, the one example I always show is Skyworks, when everyone was really bullish on them. And look at this run up. Gets extended from the 20 and then boom, right back in. Those are charts we play all the time. You just got to know when to get in these things. We were short 112 on this one, and everyone was like, you're crazy, blah, 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 blah. And then now look, what is it, a $69 stock? And setting up to possibly go lower. But again, high flyers in this market, you have to go short. You got all the hype. You have stocks like NVIDIA, F5, the Alibabas. They keep going up on hype, and everyone's getting in. And oh my gosh, it's going back up. But you got the people, like, especially like Baba. Excuse me. You got a lot of people on the IPO. They're stuck at 110, 115. God forbid, up in the 120 area. I don't even know what the all. Well, we have 98.86 was the high, and that was, I believe, the other day. But you have all these people stuck up in here, especially this big breakdown bar here. You would think if this thing goes back up to, you know, 99, 100 bucks, you sell, you break even, you get the heck out, because there's going to be a ton of selling pressure up here. And if you got no buyers, because you have all the buyers right in here getting in, and if you're not selling from $60 to $98, if you're not selling up in here, you deserve to get your butt kicked, you know. And then you're going to be holding the bag again, you know, when this thing comes back in, because it is a, you know, ADR, it's a Chinese stock, and anything can happen. Just, you know, and to end this high flying stock video, let's go to Tesla. This was the best one. Let's go to the daily. This was just epic. Everyone, oh my gosh, it's Tesla. They're building cars, or it's Elon Musk. This is the best thing ever. Look at this stuff. You have this trend line up here. It's all in the charts. And then you have this high pivot. Here's your area right here. Boom. If you're not adding right in here, short, then I don't know. Just give it back. The problem is you have all these people up in here stuck still, and it gets back. All the hype, it gets back, and they don't sell. Oh my gosh, holding the bag again. Oh geez, and then some of these people are selling. Then it starts going back up, and people start chasing again, right back into this high pivots. It's making lower highs. This thing is weak, and we've been talking about this pattern here. Inside bar starting to break down. Look at this. Inside bar broke down. Then it was like news. I think maybe earnings in here. Then chopping around. Oh, it's Elon Musk. You got to buy on the dips. You know, blah blah blah. Same thing. Got to buy on the dips. But here's going to be your big area. If this thing can close below the 50 MA and get down here, it's going to be lights out for Tesla. But ultimately, you got to look at the SPY. At the end of the day, that's the chart you're following. And right now, we're into this 20 MA. And we've talked about this for weeks. Bullish pattern, trying to get above, little topping tail, pull back. If we actually fill this gap and then get below and confirm, we're going down. I'm telling you that right now. My targets are 205, and I think we're filling this gap in around 203. And then honestly, there's another gap down in here around 200. We could go straight back down. On this light volume, this thing starts to sell, we're going to be in trouble. So make sure you protect your longs, because we're going to get a fast blowout sell-off, in my opinion. And then, of course, we're going to hit support again. Federal Reserve will come in and, you know, do their crap like always, you know, in these real markets with QE 1, 2, 3, with the dollar moving down or dollar moving up, oil moving down, the oil stimulus. It's just becoming a joke. But actually, we have this trend line down in here. We have that right at this gap window, and then gap fill down in this area. So there's a lot of support down here. So if this thing happens to start falling, you're looking to possibly buy, but you still have to look at the setup, because we could sell off a little bit more. Does a move like this in the SPY, and now we're chopping around and we can't break out, could get ugly. I mean, look at that from 2009. If you think this is a real market, holy cow, think again. This is just going to happen. I'm going to go back a little further. Here's the .com, here's the housing, and then here's the money printing around the world, QE 1, 2, and 3, and then the oil stimulus, and then, oh my gosh, it's going great. We're never raising rates. That's what happened that's what happened right here. Greenspan didn't raise the rates, markets kept going, and then boom, he did it, and then it was lights out. Here, same thing, other than, you know, cheap money policies and the mortgage, subprime mortgage crap. What do you think they're doing here? They're doing the same exact thing. It's a cycle. It's a people cycle. Every 7 years. We're long in the tooth on here because it's the free money policy forever and the cheap interest rates. Let me tell you, if this thing starts to break down, we're heading right back into this trend line. This trend line breaks, it's over. We're going right to the highs of 2007. And that can happen really, really, really fast. Look at this. Staircase up, elevator down. Staircase up, elevator down. This one was a little bit more painful, but when they caught the bid and they had to come in. Anyways, guys, I love this stuff. I've been trading a long, long time. I love making videos. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to me at stockbookie@gmail.com, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, short the high flyers. God bless. See you on the charts.